we're getting ready for Storm Michael this week, so we hope that you all stay safe and are prepared for it. I'm Victoria Simmons with the Georgia Post and this week's edition of the Georgia Post Review. My co-host is Kristi Watkins. Thank you, Kristi. Our guest today is Karla Chidester with the Compassionate Friends of Middle Georgia. Thank you, Karla, for being here today.
Thank you, Vicki.
So, Karla, tell us a little bit about yourself first and your background and how you got involved in Compassionate Friends.
Okay, first of all, I'd like to just say that I am a Crawford County graduate of 1994, and my journey as far as my grief journey began in 1990 when I lost my 2-day-old son, Mickey, in April, and Compassionate Friends, the chapter, was very, very warm and welcoming to me. In 1990, I felt comfortable being a part of the group. I felt the support and love from the other members that came to the meetings. And I was heavily involved in the Compassionate Friends in the meetings for probably about 12 to 15 years. And then life took me away from the meetings and the candlelight services that was being held. And so after the birth of my second son, Kenneth Michael, I had a tugging at my heart to get back involved because bereaved families are all around us. And so I called the chapter and really have been involved again ever since, and that was in 2012. And I've been a chapter leader since 2012, and the journey has taken me in so many different places just by hearing others, other stories from the parents and the grandparents and the siblings. And my journey has changed just a little bit with the recent loss of my brother Shannon. We lost him in December of 2017, and so I can relate to our parents who are grieving, and now I can relate to brothers and sisters who are grieving as well. And so that's where I am in my journey. So.
Compassionate Friends, so it started in 2012 in Byron? Was that?
No, it's actually been in the Middle Georgia area for like 35 years. We are the Compassionate Friends is a nationwide nonprofit grief support group for parents who have lost children and grandparents who have lost their grandchild, and then brothers and sisters who have lost that sibling.
But when do you meet?
Okay, we meet in Byron on the fourth Thursday of every month at Byron United Methodist Church, and then we also meet in Macon the first Monday of every month at Cross Life Church, and then we also meet on Tuesday, the second Tuesday of every month in Eastman at the First Presbyterian Church. And all the meetings begin at 7 o'clock.
So there's opportunities. If you can't go to one, you can go to the other.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we do have many, we have families come from Milledgeville. We have families that come from Dublin, Gray, to actually come to the surrounding meetings.
You know, we're supposed to be encouragers of people and to lift each other's up. So, and that's what you do. People
Absolutely.
that are walking the same path.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
down the same path, and that's what we should be doing.
Absolutely.
And you know, people sometimes think that there's a time limit on grief, but there's not. And every person goes through grief differently. Everybody grieves differently.
Yes, yes, and it's that relationship that you have. The Compassionate Friends is about the loss of the children and grandchildren and brothers and sisters, but there are other support groups that we also are involved with where the loss is anybody, under any circumstance and no matter the age of the loss. So we definitely, we really help the entire family, no matter what the loss is. It could be a spouse, it could be, a parent. So we support all, really.
What do you do? How do you walk with somebody through that grief?
Ooh, that's a big one. We take their hand, and most importantly is we listen. We listen. We listen to their tears. When you are face to face with someone, you have that opportunity to see their tears, and you touch them and you let them know, we are here with you, and allow them to share their story and share in their grief. There's so many times that even families, it's like they don't want to talk about it. And so our support meetings are really about supporting that bereaved parent or whoever that person is to be real in your grief. Don't hide it. Be comfortable enough to share with others who have suffered such a loss as you.
Yeah, some people have a hard time expressing it, I think,
Yes.
because it's painful.
It is,
Let's be
very
honest,
much
it's
so.
painful, and that's something that you never get over. So,
Absolutely.
do those people who can't talk about it, I mean, do you encourage them to eventually talk about it? Because I think it does help when you talk about it.
We do. And in our meetings, nobody is forced to do anything as far as speaking or even sharing. If they would like to come and just sit and listen, they're absolutely welcome to do so. And when you hear the other parents speaking and sharing their love for their loved one and how their life affects their journey in grief, it gives that one who's not so forthcoming to absolutely say, okay, if that person could share the way they shared with their tears, with the tissues, with whatever they have to do to share, then I think I can do it too. And sometimes it takes time. Sometimes others can, share immediately.
I know that I had attended one meeting
Yes.
and actually listened to someone speak for the very first time, on his grief on his two girls. So I actually did that article for the
Yes.
paper.
Yes.
And so it was a very, very moving experience, to actually, and then, well, I didn't find out until afterwards that was his first time to actually speak and let his
yes.
grief out. So, so I've seen that firsthand.
Ooh, I remember that.
Yeah, you
I
see the
do.
tears already coming.
I do. I remember that meeting.
So you're about to have an upcoming A Walk to Remember.
Yes. This is our 5th annual Walk to Remember, and this is an event that's open to the public. Our chapter is hosting it, but anyone is welcome to come if they would like to honor their loved one and remember their loved one during the day. It's going to be held on Saturday, October the 20th, at North Peach Park in Byron. And we will start with registration at 9:30 in the morning. We just ask for everyone to register who's actually walking. And then, and it's a short walk. It's not a long walk. It's not a 5K or nothing like that. We will have a guest speaker. We will have music and sharing and our loved ones sharing stories. And then we will also have a potluck lunch. Everyone is asked to bring just a covered dish just to share with us. And then after our lunch, we will actually have our walk. We will begin our walk, and it will actually lead us into our upcoming memorial garden that we also have at North Peach Park. And we're actually going to do an unveiling of our centerpiece at the park. And we will do that, and then to conclude the activities, we're actually going to have a environmental friendly balloon release, just to close out our day.
What is environmentally friendly balloon? I know we've heard a lot about the balloons lately.
Yes, yes. Environmental friendly balloon release. We, of course, are going to have our balloons, but they will be biodegradable. And then we'll also have biodegradable string that is attached. We're not going to have long string. It'll be a short string. And then we're also going to have bubbles. We'll actually be blowing bubbles. So it'll be environmental friendly. There might be some who don't really want to, release a balloon, but they can take a wand and breathe life into the bubble and then just let it go. And so it's just going to be it's going to be a loving day to just remember and share with one another our memories of our loved ones who have gone on before us.
There is no charge, though. You just want them to register, right?
Yes. There is no charge. We just ask that you come in and just register at the event. That is free. We will have T-shirts available for purchase. And it's a $15 T-shirt, and they're going to be really, really nice. They're going to be red. It's going to be just beautiful, and we feel like that everyone, if you can do $15 for a T-shirt, that's great. If you can't, and you really love that shirt, it's okay. We will be glad to, hey, just give it to you. If it represents you and your love for your loved one, then by all means, we don't have a problem with that.
What does it have on the shirt?
We're actually doing it a little bit different this year. We're going to have an angel on the left pocket, and then we will have our chapter logo on the right sleeve, and then on the back we'll have the big logo of our angel, and we have our verse that we're going to use this year is it will be and these three remain: faith, hope, and love, and the greatest of these is love. 1 Corinthians 13:13. The shirt is red, and that represents our heart. And the Walk to Remember logo is the heart with the child's face on the side of it, and that was one reason why we chose red. There's been many prayers over this event. We think about the families who have come to us and that have shared their stories, and that was one reason why it was like, okay, we want this to come together, but we have to do it for His glory. Right. And it's just really all coming together. And it really came to us as far as the, also on the shirt we'll have the steps, we have our footprints, and then we also have our children's footprints. And then to lead our journey, we're walking together, and then the child's footprints goes toward the angel, and then we continue our journey without our loved one. But we continue our journey. Our footprints continue on the way.
Well, tell us a little bit about the Memorial Garden. You're going to unveil the centerpiece, but what all will be in the Memorial Garden?
Okay. The centerpiece is an angel, and it has a child along with it. It's just absolutely beautiful, and we feel like it was totally meant to be the way it all happened. And then we will have other little areas with our flowers and our shrubbery. We'll have a walking path that goes around. We will have our memorial bricks that can be purchased, and we will have information at the Walk to Remember about those bricks, how you can purchase one and that kind of thing. It's going to be really, really nice.
Sounds
really
like it.
special.
Sounds beautiful.
Yes.
So we want you to come out that day, even if you don't haven't experienced a loss, it would be great for them to come and support and love on somebody. And
Absolutely. If you know somebody who has gone through a loss and you know that this event's coming up, we invite you to just come and just be with us and be with everybody else, just to share your love and your support among the bereaved families that are here with us in Middle Georgia.
And y'all usually have like a memorial table too with the photos
Yes.
of the loved ones.
Yes,
And,
yes.
And you kind of encourage people to bring those photos so people can relate to,
Yes. Yes, absolutely. You can bring a framed photo and have it on our memorial table. It could be even an item. I'm holding a stone that says love. It could just be something of your loved ones that you just want to share, with everyone else, just the opportunity to share with everyone. And we will also have a resource table where we have books on grief and bereavement. And also we will have our brochures available for everyone. We will have our schedule of our meetings available. So it'll be that opportunity for people to pick up a little bit of information. If they don't get it here, they will actually have it there as well.
so y'all kind of help keep the memory alive, which is important in bereaved.
Yes, it is. It is. We're also going to be doing a small craft where we can keep that memory alive. The smallest of things that we can do as a chapter to just bring that to someone. It could be, with it being the fall, it could be writing their names on a pumpkin. Just something so simple, but it means it's really, really heartfelt with that person who is grieving. It's just heartfelt, and you can take that home and put it away, or just put it on your table, just to share that memory, It's very moving and touching.
I always say about grief, when you lose someone, that you always have that hole in your heart.
Yes.
And it never goes away, but you've got to find a way to keep going. And,
Yes.
and that's really hard sometimes.
The Compassionate Friends, we use, our slogan is, "We need not walk alone." And there is that hole in your heart. There is that void. No matter what that relationship is with your child or your grandchild or your brother or your sister, you do have that hole. When you come to a support meeting, we take your hand, we hold hands, and we walk the journey together so that you know that opportunity is there, that you are not alone in your journey, that there are others who have experienced a same type of loss, and it's helpful to put one foot in front of the other. Sometimes it's one foot in the front and then 2 steps back, and that's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to not be okay, and we're there to just lend that support to everyone that we can.
So tell us again when it is.
Okay. The Compassionate Friends of Middle Georgia is hosting our 5th annual Walk to Remember. It's coming on October the 20th, and it will be at North Beach Park from 9:30 in the morning for registration until 1:30. We will conclude with our balloon release.
What else?
But you have other events throughout the year.
Yes.
Because I know there's one that comes up close to the holidays.
Yes, we will have a candlelight of remembrance during the holiday time. We will, and that information will be available also.
That's one of the worst times during the holidays and birthdays and.
Yes, it is.
And do y'all have like a Facebook page or website or?
Yes, we do. Our Facebook page is the Compassionate Friends of Middle Georgia, and you can find us there. You can just look us up, and I'm sure that we will accept you as a grieving parent or grandparent or brother or sister. And if by chance, if that is not who you are grieving, we will certainly put you in contact with Grief Share, which is another organization that we
partner with.
Yes, that we partner with, and so that you're not alone in your journey, no matter what that journey is. No matter what that journey is.
Now, where's Grief Share located?
Grief Share is also a nationwide organization, and it is nonprofit. It is a faith-based organization, and it's a 13-week program, and the one that I've been participating in is being held at Bonaire United Methodist Church, and we are in our 10th week right now, and so and that has been held. My other chapter leaders, Melva and James Sullivan, are actually the leaders of the Grief Share, and at Bonaire, and they usually do it at least twice a year, and so that is extremely helpful for the loss of a spouse, the loss of a parent, the loss of children, the loss of a godparent. It's really, really good. It's helpful. As I stated, it is faith-based. That is where there are videos, and then we also have a workbook, and it helps us with the scriptures. There are scriptures that go along every week, every session, and it's really, really helpful too.
Yeah, I don't see how people who don't have that faith make it, because it really is important in just your everyday life, but especially when you're going through grief and suffering losses and
Yes.
and
Yes.
things. He just comforts us and takes care of us and helps and walks with us.
That's
through
right.
that.
That's right.
So it's really important that. So that's wonderful.
It is, and we do come in contact with some parents who are not a believer, but we don't allow our beliefs, we don't allow our beliefs to overflow on them, and of course we don't say those things that people don't want you to say. We're very, very mindful of that, but we honor their love because they need help. They need help in the journey, and so we definitely welcome them by all means, because it is hard. And like you say, Vicki, how do you do it without? How do you go through such a journey without, the love of Christ? And so it's really, we pray before our meetings. We pray over the families who are coming in, and we pray afterwards as we are leaving. So.
Well, sometimes we're the only Bible that people will read. So
That's right.
That what you do, how you treat them. If you don't beat them over the head with the Bible, and you accept them, them, and all that, then they might come to accept Christ just by seeing Christ through you.
That's right. Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. It is certainly meaningful, no matter what.
And God honors those prayers too. So.
Yes, He does. Yes, He does.
So anything else you want to tell us or leave with us concerning the memory walk, or anything else about passionate friends or grief?
Hope. We always have hope, and it is difficult for some who are newly bereaved to have that hope when they are in the gut-wrenching pain, and it is hard for them to see that there is hope. But we do. Those of us who are in our journey a little further out, we do provide that hope for them, because when we share our story and they listen, they see that hope. They see that there is hope When you have a parent who is 5 months into their journey and they're grasping, they're reaching for anything, I need this and I need that. Can you help me? And just by being you, being real in your journey and being real in what you have experienced, it really helps them. It really helps them see that there is hope in their journey. We often say, from mourning to joy.
And sometimes you just need that hope because, you gotta have that hope to hold on. Sometimes that's all people have left.
That's right. That's right. And if we at Compassionate Friends, if we can give that one mother, that one grieving mother, a little bit of hope, that grieving dad, just by slowly sharing that night. Yeah. If we can give that hope, then we have done what we are blessed to do in our own journey, in our own loss. We are blessed to do.
And love, and the greatest of these is love. That's really important, that you love on them and let
That's
them
right.
know that.
That's right. That's right.
Well, Karla, we certainly thank you for being with us today, talking about the Compassionate Friends Memory Walk, which is on Saturday, October the 20th, beginning with registration at what time?
At 9:30.
At 9:30. So if you're grieving, be sure. How can they get in touch with you if they need more information or?
You can look me up on Facebook if you'd like, under Karla Chidester, or you can call me. You can reach me at 478-954-4592, and I'll be happy to answer your call.
So if you'd like more information, contact Karla, and she'll give you everything, and she'll point you in the right direction. So we thank you for being with us today on this week's edition of the Georgia Post Review. We hope that if you don't subscribe, that you'll become a subscriber, and look for this week's edition of the Georgia Post to be out on Wednesday afternoon. Thank you, and we hope that you have a great